Leaders, are you leading or pulling your partner?
That's a lot.
So now the goal is going to be talking about what you need to do to have a clear connection. Not like this.
Yeah, that was clearly bad connection. Okay.
So your goal will be to always think about 3 different levels of connection. I love to think about this. The first one is almost no real connection, is touching, but visually inspiring your partner. When I want to be very light in my connection, I don't feel like I need to push too much. I'm trying to give space to my body and space to my partner, and this allows me to kind of explore movement on my own, right? So that's the first action that I like to use. And when I give this, I give space to my partner to then move my body, right? This is not where I'm going to stay if I want to create more momentum, if I want to use a bit more connection with my partner, right?
So it's light. We can think about the slot almost like having a bit more width to it, so we can have a lot more room to be able to play outside of that space. Just with this in mind, you don't have as much of a lead, right? You have initiation of direction, but there's not a lot of control behind it.
Yeah.
So this allows for a lot of freedom as a follower. If I receive that kind of connection where it's still light in the fingertips, it's light in the frame, I can feel like I can implement a lot of my own groove, some styling options. I don't need to be like, I got you, right? So that's the first layer.
Then we have a level 2 connection, what we call it, where we're going to be, it's where we stay the most for the two of us. It's where we're going to feel the connection, but it's not going to be overwhelming to the point that you cannot move your body, like one side of your body on your own, right? So when I have a level 2 connection, I'm going to ask a bit more resistance to Nicole. So the pose is going to be in place. The bodies are going to find more tension away. So now I'm really able to use the partnership as teamwork to move together, right? So I'm able to like move my partner in certain direction, use the timing, use the acceleration, deceleration, different tool that I have for the partnership, right?
And this is starting to get into the territory of how do we actually know if you're leading versus pulling your partner around?
So one of the cues I use to really make sure it makes sense, what my intention behind the connection, is my fingers, right? I'm always having my fingers either really, really light if I expect my body to breathe or have a bit more motion, like isolated. As soon as I expect my foot to respond to me a bit quicker, I'm going to use my back to have a bit more tension, but directly my fingers will translate and give that to my partner. So if I do a triple and I'm doing a triple and I'm squeezing a bit more because I use my back, I'm telling my partner level 2 connection or even level 3, stay with me, we're going to build even more elasticity before we go to the 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can feel that resistance. I can also see it. He starts to go into like his shoulders, his chest actually opens up a little bit. And as soon as that happens, I can feel the fingertips at the same time communicating what's happening here is also what's happening here. And then that communicates what's happening for me in my own body, right? I don't want to just tighten the fingertips and that's it. Like I'm also reciprocating and trying to tell my leader, okay, I see you doing that. I can feel it and now I'm doing it too. And now it can be together. And so this is typically where we would like to actually dance, is in that like kind of layer 2. And then occasionally we will visit a level 1 to have a little bit more freedom, to then come back to level 2. Yeah.
And now if we go to a level 3, which is one of the strongest tension, compression we can have, this is where the spine, the upper body will usually go past the hips to the point that it will almost be a leverage where we're going to go in full tension, right? This is when I create a level 3 connection, I need to have a real purpose. I need to use that for something. Like we often say, if I have a hip catch here and I send for a lot of energy and I build and at the end just do nothing, it will not really work, right, visually. Or if I create a lot of compression and then nothing.
Oh, that
right?
one. Yeah.
Physically, it doesn't work.
It feels like you're building up, and you know, like the feeling that you have to sneeze, and then you just like nothing comes out. Like that's what it is.
But so if I create that much, I need to go somewhere.
Yeah.
I want to build something. Or I want to maybe breathe. So I was going up to then go down, right? And this is where we need to be careful to not pull and not use the arms, but my body is creating this, right? So if this example, I'm building, I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna use my arms to create, but I'm gonna use my body in opposition to build even more tension, to send. Use your body to catch my partner. Use your body to then send towards the hips.
Yeah, that feels so good to me. And that's one of the biggest differences that also allows us to be able to still have some freedom, even though we have a lot of tension involved. It's not a matter of like, I have to like go directly. I can feel that because he's using his body to search for the opposition and he's not pulling in the arms or the triceps, the biceps, they're really kind of passive. They're engaged, but they're not being the primary action.
Yeah.
That's so good for me.
That's where I felt like we have a lot of confusion because my arms and the muscles needs to be engaged. We need to use them as leaders, right? The only difference is the first action doesn't come directly just from this, right? If I want to bring my foot towards me, I'm actually using my back first, so engagement, to then use my arms to bring my partner, and not first using arm, then back, right? So the order of things really matters. We need to think about that to make sure the connection is clear and smooth. Even if you want to be sharp, the transition will be very important.
And that's something that you could actually practice with your partner, right? Is taking a handhold. You can take two or you can have a single hand and just swinging back and forth and starting to feel that forward and back. And this is level 1 to level 2. And then you could even visit level 3 and see how different it is, right? Leaders are gonna be the ones to set that tone. They're gonna be, this is level 1, 2, or 3, and they can jump around and mix and match how they wish. Maybe starting with a level 3 to then going to a level 1, right?
Because that's what we do when we're dancing. We always fluctuate between level 1 to 2 to 3.
Yeah, we can't make up our minds.
It's what makes contrast, right? It's
For
what allows us to really communicate with the music and make sure we stay connected with the music. All right, time to show with music and for you to practice.
Let's go. Level 1. Three.
All right.
Thank you everybody for joining us for today's West Coast Swing lesson. We hope that gave you some good materials and solid tools to be able to take home and be able to improve your dancing. Remember, everything that we have here is completely free because we believe that good dance education should be available to everybody.
But now, if you're ready to take your dancing to the next level and deep dive into technique and get full structure classes, you can join our online classes program. We have a full library waiting just for you.
Yes, you can check that out at tbonicole.com, or we'll also link it down in the description below. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to refine your skills in West Coast Swing, we have a path curated just for you, so go check it out.
For now, keep dancing, keep pushing, keep enjoying, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.